Just a sec. Device. No, I don't want to. No, that wasn't it.
He doesn't know what he's doing, y'all.
I don't. This is a new way to do this. Hold on.
Okay, I'm going to show y'all something since
Video
Elliot's
source?
online.
No. Let's just do it the regular way that I was doing it.
This is a sketch I did for Larry's shoes, okay? Am I on?
No. No, I'm trying. What?
And
This is really good for when I'm trying to. Okay.
This is for one of his stores. This was cool.
Spencer, it's great, isn't it?
Go ahead.
Okay. Display capture. Here we go. Okay, so let me get rid of this, but then also put my webcam up here.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're all right. I can hear you real good, though.
Yeah.
That's what's important. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see how it looks on the live stream. Except that now he's gone.
Oh, here I am. Oh, Spencer?
No, not you. Okay, so here's us down here.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Spencer, good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us.
My friend Spencer, good to see you.
He brought something.
What do you
Check
got?
this out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He's got one of my drawings over there. You're awesome. These guys collect a bunch of my art.
Yeah, I went and pulled it off the wall. I'll
That's
put it back
awesome.
after.
That's good. What are you guys doing today? Riding horses and stuff?
No, it rained here all day.
Oh,
We
really?
just enjoyed the rain.
Oh, that's no good.
No,
Oh,
it's
you
great.
just enjoyed it by chilling.
We've been needing rain, so yeah. And if you look back on our Facebook feed, you'll see me playing music and Josie making up a song earlier in the day. So,
Oh, really? Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Is she musically inclined, you think?
I think she just likes to hear her voice through a microphone, which I totally understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should. I mean,
We'll get
we have
there.
a whole TV show so that he can do that.
Yeah, right. No, But, hey, did you ever make it home with that painting I gave you from your album cover?
I 100% did. It hangs right over my desk.
Oh, nice. Awesome. I
I'll send you a
finally
picture.
gave him his album cover I did. How many years ago was that? And go ahead and promote it, Spencer Music. What is it?
10 years ago this year.
10 years ago. Spencer's a scientist and a doctor type, so on the side he plays incredible music, and at all of our horse rescue events and stuff, he would always sing great songs. And Bluebonnet Equine Humane Society. My wife used to work with his wife and saved y'all. We've saved what 2,000 horses from starvation,
Oh, yeah. I
at
mean,
least.
How many horses in the rescue?
11:30.
It's like 11:30 were in the program, but then, all the ones that you help aside from that we don't keep count of. So it's,
Yeah. But it's a great thing, and just the idea of, a lot of people can't feed their horses and stuff, so they come in and get them what help they need. People don't do that on purpose unless they're actually a hoarder, but a lot of times they fall on hard times and their horses get skinny because they got to feed the kids. So these guys, Spencer and Jennifer, actually created this thing, and my wife was the adoption coordinator, and we just love it, and they've saved a lot of. We got our horses out in the pasture that you might have seen earlier from the rescue, so that was super cool. And
Yeah, Dream Girl. I remember when she came in.
Dream Girl, yeah, Dream Girl. She was a baby. What happened? I don't remember. Wasn't she she was born at a racing stable, and they didn't know who the father was, so they were going to put it down, and the vet came out and said, I'm not going to put this beautiful horse down, and I'll give it to the rescue, and that's how we got her. Right? Am I right on that?
Jennifer confirms, yeah.
Why don't you get Jennifer on there? Does she feel like getting on there? But
Jennifer
was...
He's full of jokes.
Jennifer has declined the opportunity to appear on tonight's show.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps a different day.
Well, she was one of my wife's closest friends, and they talked 5-10 times every day rescuing horses. I'm not even kidding you. And she's got a doctorate in equine behavior, right?
Yep.
And so, one thing I think I've told Spencer this before about me being an artist. When I was starting to realize, wow, this artist thing is kind of cool because I get to meet so many different types of people. Like, I'm friends with scientists, with doctors, with musicians, with so many people. You just oilmen. It's just crazy, how blessed I am and how fortunate I have, especially to have you and Jennifer in our lives. These guys were our best friend as a couple for years and years, and they really helped me through this cancer thing.
Another old story I always think about was when I think Cameron was interested in this, and he got to meet someone that didn't like me very much, and that was one of the ways that didn't like me or Jennifer very much. I don't know if you remember this, Cameron. Her name was. You were in high school. That's how long ago it was.
Huh.
Her name was Tony Smith at the time, or Tony Bartet. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
And, your mom and Jennifer really bonded over that, because that was she. I don't know why, she just took a dislike to us early on in our rescue lives, way back in the late '90s, and she kind of chased us around for a number of years and caused problems. Just accusing us of terrible stuff for no reason that we could figure out. But yeah, I don't remember. Do you remember how, Cameron?
It was a film project.
It was a film project or something that you were working on.
Yeah, we were just mentioning that. We submitted that to Sundance back in the day when Sundance was affordable to submit.
That's what I thought it was. Okay,
about horse rescue, that's right.
Yeah.
And so she stalked you?
Yeah.
Stalked you guys?
I'm sorry?
Like stalker style?
No, I mean, she never really... She just followed us around online and caused problems. She was more of like an online bully, I guess. I'm going to turn this, maybe not so much light going on.
Oh, that's cool, man.
She kind of...
The only thing that bothers me is that Texans hat.
Yeah.
But, no, I love it. Are you kidding? My whole family's in Houston.
She just kind of chased us around online for a few years, and anytime Jennifer tried to get anything going, she, say crazy stuff. I mean, it was a long time ago. We haven't heard from her, thankfully. You know how it is. Horse people, there are some kind of crazy horse people, and then if you add that with just there being crazy people online.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just going to readjust a couple little things.
We're still here 22 years later.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome, man. Horse rescue is some of the most fun because not only does it save the horses, but a lot of the women involved whose kids have grown up and stuff, they still want to nurture something, so they take these sick horses in and take them back, foster care them, and go through Denise and get all the horse that works for them. So you end up saving the person, not only the horse, because it just feels so good to be around horses, and some people really need it.
Oh yeah, we had our family come out and from afar let them deal with brushing the horse as well. With a little bit, you do have to deal with it because it's a pain, but because she has Cushing's, but they just, it was so therapeutic for them, and walking a pasture, and
Yeah, it was great, and I guess y'all been spending a lot of time outside.
We've been doing our best. I mean, the weather, it cooled off, which is real nice. We did need the rain, so I can't really complain about it. But yeah, I mean, I'm lucky enough to have a pond right outside my front door, so
nice.
I'll go out there and fish, and Josie will go. She's been working on riding her bike, and we go down to we have this big barn in the place that we bought here a couple of years ago, and she'll go down there. It's got a concrete floor, so she'll go down there and she'll ride her scooter around.
Oh.
That's cool. Now let me ask you this, because you're a scientist. I forget what do you technically call your doctorate, or you're a disease? What is it?
He's a professional doctor, science man.
No, there's a title going on.
I got a doctorate in toxicology.
Okay, so you probably know more about what's happening with the pandemic, and I'm not trying to go negative here. I just wanted to hear some scientific kind of stuff from you. I was in there and I heard some new stuff that in the next couple of days it's going to get pretty bad. Do you have any info on that?
Well, I have to start off by saying you mentioned that I was a federal employee, so just in case anybody is watching, I have to tell you that I'm speaking only for myself. This has nothing to do with, I'm not speaking on behalf of any agency or employer. So I'm watching the news like you guys are. I used to work for a public health agency, and I have, I used to teach environmental epidemiology at Baylor University when I worked there.
As you do.
Yeah.
So I know a bit. wouldn't call myself an expert by any measure, but I'm watching somewhat closely. So I think we're probably passing 300,000 cases today or tomorrow in the U.S. I can't remember the number of deaths we're at, but I want to say it's in the.
It was 8,000 earlier.
And last I looked, I mean, the troubling thing is that the trajectory for the number of cases and the number of deaths is really, it's going pretty steeply upward. And what we're hoping, what I think we're all hoping will happen, is that the number of people with positive cases is going to slow down, so that curve will start to level off. And as that curve levels off, then there will be fewer and fewer people in the hospital, and that's what all this social distancing is for, is to keep us from spreading it. I think everybody knows that.
That's when it becomes manageable.
Right. I mean, so we're all kind of sticking close to home. Just sort of. I went out today, had to run a couple errands. Cat needs food, and we needed a few things as well. And I did. I wore a mask and gloves, and I just, I had cancer last year, so I still have some of that stuff hanging around.
Yeah.
And I went out and I was wearing it, and I had just one little bottle of hand sanitizer left. And so I'm washing, keeping my hands clean. I mean, I used to do this stuff. I used to work with cells in the hood, and so I still remember some of that. How to do it. But what I was real surprised by is that it was probably a minority of people in the places I went that didn't have a mask on.
Mm-hmm. That's how it was for me. Even in
oh, really? Most people took it seriously.
I'm sorry, say again.
You're
Cameron?
saying so most people took it seriously.
Cameron said something. What was that?
Yeah, no, even in little Yokel Burleson, that's how it was.
Yeah.
Most people were, even at Walmart. Walmart was even more so than HEB, although at Walmart it was a lot of bandanas and lots of respirators and,
Sure. Whatever they could find. I mean, I understand.
Yeah.
I think, there's this designation, the N95 mask, and that's the one that's sort of, I don't have a perfect understanding of this, but the idea is that it filters the right level of particulates to keep the virus from moving past the filter.
Okay.
But, I think the CDC has advised now that everybody go out wearing some sort of a face cover. And the bottom line of it is even if you're wearing a bandana across your face, it's definitely not going to protect you as well as an N95 mask, but it should lessen the risk to some extent.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
It's to help other people, because you can be so asymptomatic for 10 days or more. That's my
understanding as well. I mean, the main reason they're asking us to wear these is basically that they're saying is, you the one wearing the mask, you could be sick, and if you're wearing a mask, that means you're a lot less likely to spread it to other people. And so that's a good approach.
Yeah.
So we've been, do I have COVID too? I don't think I do. I've been, here for 3 weeks now. Had no fever and no cough, which is remarkable for me since I have allergies. But we know it's in the county. People have died in our county, Brazoria County, down South Houston.
Oh, man.
And so, my sister is a nurse, and she's been in clinics where people have tested positive. Very stressful, and it's just a tough time. I mean, so many people are scared, and rightly. It's a scary thing.
It is a frightening thing right now. We've been trying to entertain people and keep it lighthearted, but I did want to talk to you and see. No, I keep hearing stuff like, "Oh, when the seasons change, everything's gonna change." Is that true, or is that just some people are saying?
I've really seen conflicting messages about that. I think Dr. Fauci, who's the head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, so that's one of the National Institutes of Health. He's sort of the guy who's standing behind Trump and saying reality. So that's a good thing.
He's saying, don't listen to the president. Here's what the actual reality is.
No. He's doing the best he can.
He's actually recently changed his tune.
And the VP seems to be doing a good job. We're all trying to pray for him and hope for he give him confidence, whatever it takes. Nobody's ever gone through this, man. It's all new to everybody.
Well, the most recent example is polio back in the 50s, before they had a vaccine. I mean, we talked to my mom about this, and it was basically during the summer, you just stayed inside.
Really?
You really didn't go out. You didn't go to the pool.
Yeah.
You just pretty much hung close. I think the vaccine was approved finally in about 55, I want to say. So I mean, there's still some folks alive who remember, polio, was fatal to a number of folks and
Yeah, it
left
was.
a
It was
number of
bad.
folks paralyzed. But it's been a long time. I mean, the thing we went through with Ebola seems quaint now. Where we
Yeah,
had someone
right.
return from overseas and die on U.S. soil from Ebola, and everybody was, really worried about that. I mean, Ebola
Right.
is a very scary disease, so yeah. I mean, we haven't had to go anything, through anything like this.
But like, what about in the future, Spencer? Just in your opinion, I know you're not speaking for an agency or anything, but like in the future, are they going to? I mean, now that it's happened this one time, are we just going to be totally freaked out and worried about it all the time, and nothing's ever going to happen again, or is it more likely some stuff's going to break through again? You think?
Well, if you're asking for a prediction,
Oh,
I mean,
we
how
were going to
the
do an astrology section, but
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
were gonna
how
ask
the
you for a
politics on this are
fortune.
going to go. I
well, I
mean,
don't know. I mean, it's just a new environment. I'm trying to predict what's going to happen. Are we? Is this going to change us all now? Are we all of a sudden going to all start staying home more, send one
yeah.
person to the store, that type of thing?
I've really been thinking about that. I mean, what about? So, I mean, are we going to do anything different? I mean, we've been doing a lot of the right things. Some of those things were turned off. After Ebola, there was a pandemic task force that was stood up as part of the National Security Council. That was eliminated in, I think, early 2018, I think it was. There is a pandemic playbook, and there was a lot of coverage about how that document hadn't been used, definitely not to its full, the resources and thinking available in it hadn't been applied as fully as it could be.
I see.
So, I mean, there's a lot to look back on when we're past this.
Yeah.
But for society, yeah, I mean, I think a lot about that. And people are, one of the things, you go to the store, you can't buy flour. I don't know if that's something that you guys try to buy.
Apparently,
But,
everybody's a baker.
Flour? Oh, did everybody stock up on
everybody's
flour?
making their own bread now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and then I guess so. I mean,
I get the
Jennifer and
toilet
I have
paper
been,
thing, but the flour thing.
yeah. And the other thing I heard today is that there's been sort of a run on backyard chickens. People want to have chickens in their backyard.
Oh, I
We do
heard
already.
that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
For
I've
the
heard
eggs
that.
and everything. That makes
Yeah, now
sense.
people I guess the idea is that we be a little more self-sufficient. So, I mean, maybe we'll see.
Well, you're giving away
I don't-
dozens of eggs, aren't you? From your
I'm sorry.
chickens. You're giving away dozens of eggs from
No,
your
he's
chickens.
selling them at $20 a
No, I'm
piece
not
now.
telling them. We've given them to my mom. We've given them to my sister. We've given them to friends. I mean, just the truth of it is, we like to have. Yeah, so I'll tell you, one of the big reasons I did this is because my mom always wanted to have chickens, and she just never was in a place where she could. And Jennifer kind of wanted to have some chickens. She's sitting over there. Jennifer kind of wanted to have some chickens too, and I'm like, well, I don't really know if I want to get us into that, but I'm like, if my mom can have some chickens, then I think it's probably just that puts us over the top on
That's
being over the
awesome.
top. But she's really enjoyed it, just coming over and watching the chickens.
The world's population of coyotes sure is enjoying it.
Oh, the bobcat. We have a bobcat.
Yeah.
We got a picture of him one time. But yeah, we back up on probably several hundred acres of farmland.
Yeah.
And so, it's pretty free back there. And, we put them all in at night, but occasionally they just don't want to go. And sometimes you can do something about that, but a lot of times you can't.
Yeah, that's
And
why we don't have a chicken house anymore.
Oh, Spencer, you know what I just realized? This is my dad's first, video chat that, other than on his phone, but...
Yeah, not hardly ever FaceTime though, so this is new. This is really cool. Now, I wanted to ask you, do you think there'll be a time, because you keep up with the trends, obviously, you know what's going on. Do you think there'll be a time when the government...
Mohawks come back.
No, but do you think the government will tell everybody, handsome guys, to shave their beards?
So the thing, well, I don't know.
Because
Well-
everybody's got a beard nowadays.
No,
I'm
sir,
just
now
wondering
he's
what kind of
speechless. Now-
pandemic
now the
beard thing is going
The
on
bearded
here.
guy is starting to freak out. He's
I
starting
mean-
to think about it.
I mean, I'm just wondering what's hanging loose in there, my friend.
Well, remember, I lost my beard, so
Oh.
this is goatee.
You're double downing on it. Yeah.
Started in 1994, and I lost it last year during the chemo.
Yeah.
And so I grew it back as fast as it would grow. But then once they sort of set us at home, I'm like, well, I don't really like shaving. I mean, that's the bottom line of it.
Okay.
I just don't like shaving. And so I decided to just sort of let the rest of it go. Are they going to tell us to shave it off?
I mean, they're making a lot of rules. I'm just saying, what if they find out beards transport the virus? Can we all shave? I mean, I haven't had a haircut for months.
If
Not that it bothers me,
if anything transports the virus, it's probably that Texas cap that you're wearing.
Yeah, no, that's rude. There's nothing.
Well,
oh, you mean? I don't know. But
so the head coach of the Texans is also the general manager, and he recently traded away probably the best wide receiver in the NFL, DeAndre Hopkins, to Arizona for not much. And so those of us who have been Texans fans since the beginning are not very happy about it.
So you're like, if we have to drop him, no big deal.
Well,
you know, he's a great player. The guy's a great player, and he loved playing with the quarterback that we have, and he was super popular in the city, and he was sort of at the peak of his career. So it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Well, I wonder if he's ever intercepted a pass on the last play of the game.
Oh my God! Don't go into this again.
The referee comes and takes it away from him, and then the other team wins on the last play with no
My dad
time
has
left
been
on the
reliving
clock.
his greatest
high school nightmare is what I call
Is
it.
this when he played in high school, Brad?
Yeah. They took away my winning interception.
He told this story last night and tonight, and this is a nightmare.
I mean, I had challenged all the guys from high school to a rematch because it was a bad call. Let's face it, there was no replay. This is the 1980.
Spencer's supposed to. He's the
a
guest
football
star.
fan.
He's the guest star here.
He knows where I'm coming with this, my friend.
This reminds me of that time when I lost that songwriting contest. No, not really.
No, you wouldn't lose a songwriting contest because this Broham right here is a great songwriter. Come on, pick something for me. You got any guitar handy there? Come on, you got to throw something down for me. Is that rude to ask one of my best and closest friends to pick up this guitar and sing something? Come on. This guy,
I actually do have a guitar somewhat close by.
All right. We can make it happen.
I wanted you to be our first musical guest since you played at Randy's thing, and you're like one of my closest friends. And
how funny is it that back at only I guess 2 months ago now, or maybe a month and a half ago or so, at the Celebration of Life, all we were talking about was like the Democratic race and all the things that were happening in politics, and now that's just completely dropped. Like nobody's talking about any of it.
Can you imagine?
I mean, how could you have seen this coming?
Yeah, can you imagine how Randy would have been taking this pandemic thing? She was a worrier anyway. Oh my God.
Yeah, Jennifer mentioned how anxious she would have been.
Oh yeah, if it rained, we went and checked into a hotel.
Well, not if it was storming.
Really bad storm.
No, literally, like they would go into a hotel.
So go ahead. What do you feel like playing, man? It's Saturday night. We're partying. I'm
Saturday
gonna crack
Night
a
Fever.
beer while you sing, and that would be cool. It means it's Miller time. How about the wild horses? Since we've been talking about horses so much. Oh, is that too hard? I'm sorry.
Cool.
How about horse rescue blues?
That wants to be off the top of my head.
You do anything you want to do, my friend. I'm going to go get a beer and turn it over to you. And you're not going to play any dance music, so you don't have to worry about dad dancing.
He might do the robot.
I could do the robot and some pantomime here, folks. That actually works well on this. No, I'm going the wrong way.
It doesn't work well. It never has.
The whole rope thing?
That's not how ropes work.
The painted mime.
Painted mime. Go ahead, my friend. I'm sorry to take your spotlight. Please light it up.
Go get a beer.
Okay.
Can you hear that, Cameron?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's see. Well, I knew I was in trouble when my wife saw those old doors. Sympathetic thing, and she said, we just gotta take him home. So we can feed him up, get back on his feet. Next thing I know, there's 14 more my wife's rescued me. Suddenly she's getting 15,000 emails a day. Most of them are people trying to set the horse our way. A few times I tried to put the brakes on. It was just too late. She hit the times 14 other wives all across the state. I guess there's worse obsessions than my father wife choose. That sure don't stop him from having to rescue husband's blues. We fostered 1,000 horses, most whose names I can't recall. But at least I know a piece of my wallet when I went home. My wife loves horses, and I just had to accept that. Having a little more trouble with these 40 dogs and cats. Everything was fine until they commandeered my chair. Covered every piece of clothing I owned with 1,000 pounds of hair. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be renting another house, 'cause the animals will unionize and quickly vote me out. I'd like to think my wife will side with me when that day comes. But I don't know if she's got little use for creatures with opposable thumbs. I guess there's worse obsessions that my darling wife can choose. That sure don't stop in her middle to rescue husband blues. We fostered 1,000 horses, most whose names I can't recall. But at least I know a piece of my wallet when I will fall. I know some of you fellas out there can sure sympathize. Same thing's been going on with your house and with your darling wives. So let's start a supper club. Let me start. There's a whole lot of Shinerbach beer in this. Come on and do your part. We got the rescue husband. Sure don't got no money left to lose. Let's get together and talk about the days before our wives were rescue slaves. Drink away these little rescue husband blues. Let's get shake these rescue husband blues.
Love it. It's our favorite.
That's awesome. Now, if you want to order one of Spencer's albums,
Yeah, if you want to order one of Spencer albums, get them somewhere. I don't know.
Well, I probably do somewhere.
tell them the address.
Do you have them on your website? Is there a
You
website?
know, my website is, so I guess I should say, I've been kind of on hiatus, raising a kindergartner.
Right.
So it's been about 5 years since I've really been a functional musician, I would say.
Oh, look what we found. Oh, look at that. There it is.
Spencer Williams.
That's work and my name. Two things that go together well.
Yeah.
So do you ever play for your NASA folks? Do you ever play for the space
Yeah.
station? You should.
You know, we did a Christmas party. We did a Christmas party over a year ago Christmas, and I got together with a group of others and we worked up a bunch of songs and just had a really fun time.
That's so cool.
And then we were gonna do one. We were gonna do another. I couldn't do the Christmas one last year because I was sick, and then we were gonna do one that got canceled. But I did play at a get together of colleagues not too long ago, and it felt pretty good. I was pretty pleased to know that I still remembered a few songs.
Nice.
So that was, yeah.
Well, you never, you don't associate the folks, like scientist folks, with necessarily being artist folks. So it's fun, whenever there's someone that is a decent singer-songwriter that can also, is a decent, I don't know how much math you do, but I assume there's a lot. I don't know. That is a decent, can do the other side of the brain, too.
Yeah, man.
Actually, there was an astronaut band. I found out about it recently. It was a couple of astronauts and a couple other people I knew who played in it, and they would just sort of get, hey, you guys have to come over to Kennedy and play this thing. So one of my friends from Johnson here in Houston would have to load up his van and drive all the way over to Orlando, Florida, to take all the gear over there for the show, and then turn around and drive right back.
Oh, no.
But that's been a while. There's a good number of folks at NASA who play instruments. I mean, I gotta say, I've met a bunch of bluegrass players and folk players, and there's a good number of doctors and scientists and other folks like that. Actually, I'll tell you, I got into bluegrass because one of my best friends got me into it, and he had previously been a fan of essentially metal. and he found out that bluegrass and metal actually have a lot in common musically.
Oh, really?
They're really hard to play, and you have to be really good. I'm not really good enough to play much bluegrass, but he got me into it. One of the smartest guys I know. So
Wow.
there's a bunch of smart folks out there playing good music.
Go ahead.
I mean, there's like math rock and, you know, a lot of jazz and a lot of classical. It's all very theory based rather than musical based. So, like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But also, you got to think about how smart NASA people are. I've always thought a good engineer is not just a numbers guy. They also have to be creative with the knowledge that they have. You know, so you do have to bounce from brain one side to the other.
There's a lot of problem solving. I mean, I'm not an engineer. You know, I'm a life scientist, and that's mostly who I work with. But there's just a lot of creative problem solving. You know, we've got this issue. What are we going to do about it? You know, and that's one of the things it's really great. It's really interesting to be in a big room full of people who are a lot smarter than you are. And you just on your good days you say one thing that was pretty good, and if you only said three things that were totally moronic, that's a pretty good day.
That's how I feel around here, Spencer.
That's what they say whenever you do an improv. If you go to an improv show and 20% of it is makes you laugh, then it's a good show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 80% of it can be terrible, but it's like, yeah, they're trying their best. It's, you know, they're making it up as they go. So what can you do?
Now, man, Spencer, do you have a bluegrass song? Because now you got my mouth watering for some bluegrass. Do you have something you can do bluegrass style or anything? What else do you want to play for me?
I don't really have a bluegrass one off the top of my head. I mean, the problem with bluegrass for me is that it gets great when it has a banjo.
Oh, sure.
It gets stratospheric when it has a mandolin.
Yeah.
And then you do sort of go out into orbit when you have a mandolin, a banjo, and a violin player all who are pretty, you know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I'll give a shout out to a friend of mine over in Elgin. His name's Gary Mortensen, and he is just a hell on wheels dobro player. And I first met Gary at a bluegrass jam in College Station. I'd never really seen anybody play the dobro before, and here he comes in. You know, you lay a dobro. You know, dobro it looks like a steel guitar.
Yeah, sure.
Sit it down on the lap, and then you play it with finger picks in a bar. And I'm telling you, he could play the bar faster than I can play with all five of my fingers. So
oh, really?
he is really good.
Well, what do you want to pick? You want to play another one, or?
I apologize to the audience. This is a very impromptu little stream, so he hadn't set up like a microphone or anything to make it like a professional sounding recording. So if it's the internet is a little slow or if it's blipping in and out, that's why.
I wasn't sure what the audio quality would be like either.
Not great, but it's listenable.
Hey, man, it's a free concert. Nobody's complaining. You sound great. Are you kidding? I'm glad to hear after your cancer that you kept singing. You know, I was really afraid with what you actually had occur that it would break your spirit a little bit. But has it brought it back? You feeling optimistic about everything?
Well, I was really lucky. I mean, I got one of the most treatable forms of cancer there is. I was supposed to actually go in for my checkup this week, but we pushed that off for about another month. But
yeah, I can imagine.
I'll tell you, coming out of it, I've been feeling, pretty good for really about the last month. I coming up on 4 months out of the hospital. So for about the last month, I've been doing pretty good, right? Yeah. And I'll tell you, in terms of lingering effects, I've got a couple of them. So one is that chemo can cause something called peripheral neuropathy. So nerves, and pathy meaning something bad. And so what it is you kind of get this. It's like there's not quite enough blood flowing to the right end of your fingertips. You know how that is when you fall asleep on your hand and you wake up?
Yeah.
Like that. And it just, some days are better than others, but my fingers are not quite.
Not there.
I don't know if I was great beforehand, but I'm definitely, not playing at 100% of what I have. And the other thing that my chemo could cause is a little bit of hearing loss, and I did have that.
Oh, man.
It's surprising when I notice it.
Well, that's probably good for, married life, if you know what I'm saying.
unfortunately, my wife's wavelength comes through loud and clear.
Oh, you didn't. Okay. I see what you're saying.
I don't know.
Well,
He's been making a bunch of outdated kind of jokes
I
from
thought
the
he's going
70s,
corny,
80s. So
That's the only kind I know.
I figured I should try being inappropriate for once, and it didn't really land. I wasn't a fan of it. Whatever.
Half of the regular script of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Hey, now I'm going to go back to work, Spencer. Do you want to play another song, or are you done?
Well, huh?
Yeah, if you gotta go, this was all impromptu as well. So.
Yeah, I sure appreciate you.
I'll do kind of a short one. This one's not
Okay.
too long.
Okay, let's see this. That is short.
Man, that was great though. That was your best one yet.
Eddie Martin.
Oh, sweet.
I bought this before I went to the hospital because I wanted something small to take with me. And
Yeah.
I discovered that I could sometimes play on the first day of chemo, and after that I just didn't.
Oh, man, I don't know how y'all do anything after chemo. Jeez.
Okay, for all of those Cameron people out there who are really up with the tech, this is called I Don't Tweet. I don't tweet. I don't Facebook. I don't text or Skype, although my children say I should. I miss my rotary phone. Still like being alone. I don't tweet. I don't stream. I don't do Netflix. My idea of fun's vision for traveling out in the sticks. Got 7 kinds of hooks. Still read paper books. I don't tweet. I don't game. I don't do hardcore. Angry Birds is a gesture I got grounded for. Still like playing cards, throwing washers out in the yard. I don't tweet. Call me old-fashioned, you can say I'm out of touch. You'll never find a man who loves his life as much as I do. But I don't tweet. I don't Facebook. I don't text or Skype, although my children say I should. Miss my rotary phone. Still like being alone. I don't tweet. Miss my rotary phone. Still like being alone. I don't tweet.
Yeah.
That was lovely, and also true. He does not. It's a miracle that when he got on Facebook, it blew my mind.
Yeah, I know the feeling with that whole I don't tweet thing, because I've never even seen Tweeter.
I'm sure whenever you got the Facebook friend invite for Brad Smith, it was like, what world are we? This is the darkest timeline right here.
Yeah.
My 84-year-old father does Facebook, so
Nice.
Wow.
All right.
No.
Well, it's simple.
So does
enough.
mine.
Yeah. I'm starting to learn how to do it. I can post and everything, so I'm getting.
He's not sure what to post or where it goes, but he can certainly hit the post button.
Hey Spencer, I've got a show with 60,000 viewers, so it doesn't even matter.
that's fantastic.
Thank you.
That's also not super accurate, but he, like we said, he doesn't exactly know how it works.
60,000 and something, Spencer. I don't know what it is. It's 60,000 points. I went from 100 to 60,000. That's
points.
gotta be good.
He got points, Facebook points.
And
That
I'm
works
selling
for
a
me.
bunch of T-shirts and merch, so that's all good.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Those are better than points.
and So I love you guys, and thanks for coming on. Tell Jennifer I love her, and you guys just take care of yourself. You know, I know you're still young compared to guys like me, but take care of yourself. And I appreciate you being our first musical guest, because I got a bunch of friends that have been not calling me back for some reason. I know they're all doing their own shows, but you came through just like you always do, and I sure appreciate you.
Yeah, we kind of guilted you on here, so we appreciate it.
No. I've been watching. I've been keeping an eye on the Corona canvas.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There's a lot of it.
Didn't get the brush off. Just saying.
Yeah.
Don't do what? I mean, I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry, but I'll go back.
I'm glad I didn't get the brush off.
Oh, yeah, brush joke. That's hilarious, Spencer. That's why you get paid the big bucks to come on here. And one thing cool about having Spencer around is when you're having a party and cookout and stuff, he breaks into song, and it's
He's
wow,
one of those guys.
Yeah. He's sitting over in the corner until somebody says, "What are you doing, Spencer?" And next thing you know, a song comes out, and it's just fantastic.
What they're doing is saying, "What are you doing, Spencer?"
No, he's come on, man.
I never wanted to be that guy, so I used to have a really firm rule that I would bring a guitar with me, and if someone asked, I would play music. I never wanted to be the guy at the party who's like, "Hey, listen to this great song I just wrote about pineapples," or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, I made that rule long ago. So, but you guys asked, so.
Yeah,
I always
Our
ask.
invitation.
You played one of my art shows too.
That's
Remember
true,
that?
I did.
And
I got yanked off the stage. Yes, I did.
you what?
I got yanked right off the stage.
Well,
We
it
brought
was
out the
just
cane
though. It
and-
was kind of the audience loved you, but the owner thought he was losing sales because there wasn't enough dancing happening.
He thought that folk music maybe wasn't the best thing for selling shots. Is pretty much what he told me.
yeah,
He's not
yeah.
wrong.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean,
you gotta understand.
maybe if I played more Hank Williams, maybe they would have sold more liquor.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I'll go into my Hank Williams story later. Okay.
Okay.
So check
right.
us out later. Thank y'all. We love y'all. Y'all be safe and be careful. And thanks for clearing up some of this stuff for me. And I might check in with you again if I get confused again this week if it gets crazy.
We only have a half hour or more, so feel free to hang out.
The CDC website has a lot of good info. It's getting updated regularly.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And there's just a ton of good stuff out there. But if you stick pretty close to CDC, listen to what Tony Fauci is saying.
Yeah.
That's sort of your best path right now. Anything else you kind of take with a grain of salt.
So Fauci's the man. Just go ahead and go with what he says.
You know, he won the Presidential Medal of Freedom for his work on the HIV crisis.
Oh, wow.
Back in the early '80s. I mean, he is a hero of infectious disease and public health. So, yeah, he's definitely someone to listen to.
Do you think we can vote for him in November?
Probably not. He's 79.
No? Oh, man. He's right in the right age group with the rest of them.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
And he runs. He supposedly runs 7 miles a day.
Oof.
But when all this hit, he had to cut back on his schedule. So now he only runs 3.5 miles a day.
Oh, my
I mean,
God.
the dude looks good for 80, not gonna lie.
Well, that's about how much I run each day.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
I might run that much a year.
Run to the fridge.
Well, Chase and Josie, I do run.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got a little one.
I might run 3.5 miles a year if possible. All right, y'all. Thanks.
All
for
right,
having
Yeah,
me.
thank you so
Spencer.
much.
We'll talk at you, man.
Talk
All right,
at you,
yeah.
not talk with you.
No, we're talking with him, but it's just a funny thing to say.
All right.
Okay, y'all, that was Spencer Williams, the Spencer Williams. He's a great friend of ours, real close buddy, making his own art for the show tonight. And see, my other musical friends, it wasn't that hard. He sang right into this little TV thing.